Everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Krista here doing the weekly reading for the sign of Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is for the week of December 12th through to the 19th, with the moon currently moving through Virgo the weekend of these readings, as well as Mercury in retrograde for the next several weeks, moving through the sun's transit through Sagittarius. We're looking at both issues of practicality and philosophy. So we're going to be asking what needs revising this week. So this is in regard to Mercury in retrograde. This really just allows us to take another look at an issue or a problem or a concern that we've put off that we really need to finalize. Anywhere where we can fit the prefix re into. So re-edit, revise, repeat, reinvent, release, that type of thing. So whatever is most prominent in your life, as these are general readings, I encourage you to take these messages and apply them to, and I hope that you find them helpful and healing. Also, with the moon in Virgo this weekend, we're looking at practicality. So anything that's mentioned here that could be practical to you is something that you could put to use with regard to creating revisions that are necessary for you. And remember that the Mercury in retrograde moving through Sagittarius is in the sign of the philosopher and someone who's rather blunt. So it's a really nice week, several weeks here up until Christmas for actually getting things done that you really want to release or get rid of here or to reinvent. So in saying all that, what does Virgo need to revise this week? Not incredibly surprised to see this as your outcome. We have orphaned as your outcome. I'm really not shocked at all to see this in your spread. This week, Virgo, there are some ongoing issues here with rejection, with abandonment, with feeling orphaned, even from yourself, right? Please remember that relationships, for any zodiac sign, involve ourselves, right? So even if this isn't a relationship that you have external to you, whether it's parent or partner, or even business or career-wise, this could be an internal sense of self, okay? So concerns around being orphaned, left alone, abandonment, that type of thing. This is something that it's a really nice time over the next several weeks for you, Virgo, to look at revisiting so that you can maybe face this once and for all, and to, you know, be able to say, I'm at peace with this, and I'm going to put a cap on that, and I'm going to put it on a shelf. And I know it's there, and I know what it feels like to have to face that, or to have to feel that, right? But I'm going to say, that's the past, or that's no longer my present, which is the most important thing we're going to look at today, is being in the present, because really this is all we have. Everybody has a past, my dear Virgo. Every single one of us. Many of us, let's be honest, right? Most of us, a past that we're not proud of. At least one part of it we're not proud of. We wish we could change. We wish we could do over. And if you're a parent, times that by 100. Okay? There's always going to be something or if we've lost someone, or if we've actually been abandoned or orphaned here by someone who was incredibly important to us. There's a sense of that loss can be overwhelming, and it can steal from the present joy, from the joy that you have to create, really, every single day when we're in the present, right? So I'm going to suggest here that the number one thing that my dear Virgos are being called to look at in order to revisit or re-edit or reorganize or even release, right, is that sense of abandonment here. Or maybe even letting yourself down. When I talk about, being your own best friend, or this doesn't have to be an external influence to you, a lover, friend, partner, whatever. This could be a sense of how you feel about yourself, right? And it might be a nice exercise over the next couple of weeks, now until, say, Christmas, after Christmas, the next 3 weeks, where you can work on letting something very heavy for you, working on letting that go, okay? Now, the reason I know that this is possible for you is because I know you've been in pursuit of this for a long time. In fact, the first 5 minutes of me talking here is probably you nodding your head and saying, yep, I get it, of course. I don't want to look at it anymore, but here it is cropping up. You've been moving away from this for a great long time, and it could be Virgo as well. And this is, again, not zodiac notwithstanding. The holidays bring up a lot of feelings, not always good ones for people, right? Major points of the year, birthdays, Christmas, these can bring up a lot of unwanted sensations and feelings and even memories. Thoughts, right? So you've been doing so much work in moving away from this in the recent past, and I know this to be true for you, as I've been reading for you for quite some time, and I know you've been doing an enormous amount of work. So you really want to give yourself credit where credit is due right now. Please don't read into this overwhelming sensation of abandonment or being orphaned here, or even letting yourself down or feeling bad about yourself as a sense of failure. It's really, really not. It's that there's some heavy emotions. There are some heavy energies around this time of year. That's just the way it is. So it's not just you. A lot of people are feeling this, but it may feel heavier for you because this has been sort of a pet project of yours for so long. So please keep going in this direction. Know that you can do it. Know that there's just perhaps one more hurdle here. And the hurdle could just be the holidays. You really want to be able to continue doing what you've been doing, really getting rid of the garbage, really getting rid of what isn't working, getting rid of those bad feelings, those feelings of... And I don't mean bad as though like it's unique to you and it makes you a bad person. I'm saying an overwhelming sense of not being good enough, not having enough, not doing enough. It's very possible that the wrong, in terms of healthy upbringing, that the wrong things were said and done to you continuously growing up, or what did happen, even if it was continuous, made such a large impact that it helped create this narrative that you, convince yourself of. But if that's the case, or if someone else's voice is in your head, I don't care if it's from when you were 3 or 30, that is someone else's issue, right? Because there's really nothing wrong with you. And this is where I feel like a lot of my Virgonians take everything and they sort of plant everything instead of doing the weeding. And not that they can't do the weeding, it's because you're busy, and it's because you adopt these attitudes, you adopt this language. That was really someone else's problem, or someone else's issue, or someone else's disorder. So if you can continue to looking at what those voices or messages, or even, your self-narrative, how do you talk to yourself? You want to continue making sure that that's your voice, Virgo, and that it's a loving, forgiving, and patient voice for yourself. And it's not someone else's issue, because the probable outcome here with being orphaned is that this is sort of churning. This is, as I said, with Mercury in retrogrades, really giving you a sense of, why am I here again? Why do I feel like I'm here again? I'm feeling, maybe lost or alone, or I don't know the right thing to do right now. I feel torn. I'm drawn this way. I'm drawn that way. I feel like I have to be happy because 'tis the season. But, it's harder than ever to be happy. Why? Why? Is it just me? No. I swear to God to you right now, it's not. It isn't. You might be feeling this stronger than other people right now with that moon in Virgo this weekend. The moon ruling our emotions, Virgo ruling work and effort and service and even healing, okay? So a great deal of healing still needs to occur around an issue of being orphaned or forgotten. Even if it was you orphaning someone else, okay? Even if it was you letting someone go, dropping the ball somewhere, feeling that you could have done better, it's really time to put that on a shelf as well. Forgive me, this is going on a bit too long here. I'm going to try to hurry up a little. Here and now is the general energy for the week. This is where we're going to pay all of your attention, okay? This is going to be your saving grace this week. Here and now, my dear Virgo, the past, listen, we all have one, and it's like a movie. All you can do is watch it. It's been produced, it's been released, it's a hit. But there's literally nothing you can do about it now, except for, unless it's improving your life, you got to turn it off. You got to play another movie, okay? In your heart and head. And the future is something that even us psychics can really do not much about. We can say, this is what could be available to you, but there's so many things that are involved in how we go about things. It's how we handle things that matters. Not what we have planned necessarily. You should go ahead and make a plan. That's everyone should go ahead and make a plan, have goals. But the future is unknown necessarily. So it's how we handle what comes our way in pursuit of plans and goals, as opposed to how exact and perfect these plans and goals are, right? You want to sit in the moment with yourself. Her little flag, for example, says you are here. I doubt you can see this, but that's what it does say. She's also surrounded by hearts, and she's sitting in a very comfortable, relaxed position. This is one of the nicest, kindest things you can do for yourself over the next few weeks here with Mercury in retrograde, Virgo, is to just breathe. Just sit with yourself here. Be willing to put something that isn't working for you on the shelf. Be willing to put a sense of abandonment on the shelf. You might even say, I'm willing to work through this once and for all, this over the next couple of weeks. And you may find you're so busy because it's the holidays that you only have a little bit of time to do that. And you want to honor that as well. Maybe you don't have all the time in the world right now and you only have a little bit of time to address this. Then you need to honor that and be fair with yourself. Here we have teacher. So we have sort of pack mentality. We have sort of being a great deal of responsibility here. We also have moon and canine energies. The moon is the emotion. The moon is woman. It is the night. It is where the secrets are kept. And then, of course, we have wolf. We have protector. We have, like I said, that pack mentality, that pack attitude. What if the whole point in moving forward is that you leave someone else behind, or someone isn't catching up to you, or perhaps that's where we can reinvent how you feel about moving forward or getting out of something here and say, hey, I might leave someone behind, but it might be temporary, or someone else may need to catch up, but I'm going to help them because I've gotten myself out of something. And when they catch up, I can help them because I've helped myself. So teacher can really be your best friend this week, and you can, teacher is you. If you're looking for assistance this week, you may require a teacher. You can find that primarily in your own pack or within your own circle. And don't be afraid to reach out, and don't be afraid to tell your story or express what it is you really need. I love seeing Archangel Michael show up. Please reach out to him if you are spiritually minded. If you're open-minded to this, give him a chance to help. I really do call upon him regularly, and he's a great solace to me personally. So please reach out to Archangel Michael for help this week in discovering how to put a sense of abandonment or being orphaned or orphaning someone else or even a dream, so that you can continue without worry, and you can continue to live in the present and to make each and every day as beautiful and as loving and as enjoyable as possible, because as I keep saying, it's really all we have. So Virgo, I hope that you enjoyed this and it was helpful somehow. If you have a second, comment below. I love hearing from you. And if you're not subscribed, do that today and like my videos. That really helps me out as well. Until we meet in the next video, take excellent care of yourself. I will see you next time. Bye for now.